check all my volume and that against. Might have to turn the music down slightly, but hey, I'm back. I took a very long break for health related reasons. Get back. Pillars of Eternity, I have never played. I don't know anything about it except that it's made by Obsidian, which is always a good thing. And I figured it might as well. Give it a shot, especially with the sequel. Make sure I've played through the first one before that one. Okay, and yeah, just looking through all the settings, I'll get to the volume settings in a moment. Okay, so they're maimed on the first time they die instead of... So there's permadeath. Okay, injuries. So level companions to the player's current level following a standard level progression. If disabled, the player may choose their level progression. Yeah, I'll keep control over how they level, I suppose. When they take damage, so in case of ambushes or something, I guess. Remind me what the word ligatures means. Hold on. Being used for tying or binding something tightly. What does that mean in this context? statues is that different? Oh, I see. So it's when two layers are joined as like a single character. Yeah. It's like that aesthetic. Right, finally synced. Let's turn down music. Alright, now we can see. That seems reasonable compared to the voice rest of them. You can see it in there. Oh no, the music swells. It still continues. Okay, controls. Just run over these quickly. So, combat radial jump. Select characters. If a just taps between the tap. Toggle scout to hit on. Yeah. So now, toggle slow and fast mode. Okay. So in combat. Active effects, attack, just pause and unpause, move orders outside of combat, interact outside combat. Okay, save options. Yes, I'll save without asking. Okay, so music's definitely a reasonable volume compared to my voice. Seems like it. Alright, setup's done. That took a while. Let's start. Okay, what difficulty? So story time is just... if you don't want challenge. So enemy composition, same as normal, but game mechanics are based in the player's favor, and the party can carry an unlimited camping supplies. So easy is minimal micromanagement. Normal forgives some mistakes. Requires micromanagement and optimization of stats through items, spells, and abilities. After the damned, enemies receive bonus to most stats and encounters of many more enemies. It can't be changed in game and only intended for players who want the most punishing encounters. I feel like we can start in hard. Expert disables a number of helper features. So if you turn it off, you can't turn it back on without starting over. Trial of Iron, only one save file is kept for the entire playthrough. If the player is killed, the file is deleted and you must start again. I think for a first playthrough I shouldn't do that. I'm gonna start in hard. And we'll see how that goes. We'll leave Expert and Trial of Iron. We'll see if we're capable. Now, let's get started and see what we're dealing with. Yep, I already went over the controls. This is the console version of the game, obviously, because it's showing well, it's showing those controls. I have high expectations for this game, considering
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay, good. I'm glad it's voice acted. It saves me having to read through everything out loud, which isn't a problem. I'm fine doing that, but having just returned, that might strain my voice a little. Okay, character creation. So, male. The place of men in society varies from culture to culture. Cultures like Adir and the Derwood place them at the forefront of military, politics, and heavy labor. Among the tribes at Nasitak, men perform many of the homesteading and organizational duties. Irglanfath and Samital, men and women have more fluid social roles in all society. There are exceptions to the rule, and men can be found in a wide variety of stations and professions. Women's role in here is largely depending on where she's from. They're primary hunters, soldiers, leaders of tribes, and Masatik. Okay, well, let's just go with male for now. Race, okay. So, humans, commonly called folk, the most common race in the Deerwood, the Ader Empire, Old Valia, and the Alien Republics. Though not as large as the towering Mau. Humans are known for their strength and willpower, so +1 resolve, +1 might. I don't know what all the stats mean yet, but might I assume is strength, basic. Hit hard. Not sure about resolve. So, Mau. The largest of the Kith races, or Keith? Kith? I'm not sure. There's a lot of words here I'm gonna have to learn the pronunciations of. They're commonly found in or near oceans. Though not truly aquatic, they have affinity for water, and many other civilizations, such as Rautai, are based on naval dominance. They're known for their unparalleled strength, so they're like frog people. They're not quite aquatic, but they like water. Dwarfs, by virtue of land covered and number of colonies settled, dwarves are the most well-travelled race in the world, commonly found in the Deerwood, the Valian Republics, and almost any organised land. Dwarfs are known for their great strength and tenacity, so 2 might, 1 dexterity, 1 constitution. Elves. Dominant race in Irglanfath and the white that wanes, and are extremely common in the Derwood and Ader. Elves are known for their speed and intelligence, as well as a commonly isolationist nature, so they're that kind of elf. The very pompous, keep to themselves, look down at everyone. So that's dexterity and perception. Orlin. Smallest of the Kith races, though many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for the large ears, two-tone skin, and hirsute bodies. Orlins are commonly found in Irglanfath, the Examital plains, and plain parts of the Derwood. They're known for mental intensity and sharp senses, so resolve might to perception. Godlike. Oh, holy shit. I'll dig in the horns, but the face is kinda... Children of the Kith, civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects associated with the gods. Though some do not consider it a blessing, these aspects may take many forms and often come with mystical powers. Aberrant head shapes are typical and godlike are unable to wear protective headgear as it is nearly impossible to find anything that fits because of their unusual nature and their inability to reproduce. Godlike are often viewed with fear and wonder. So that's dexterity and intellect. I kinda wanna see what it's like going through as a godlike. That seems like it could lead to some interesting. Sure. Okay, there are sub-races. Oh god, are there sub-races for everything? There are. Okay. I didn't realize we were going, like, that in depth. Okay, but let's try godlike. Anyway, right. Death godlike are the most distrusted of their kind. Strange growths cover their eyes, or in some cases entire face, giving them a sinister appearance. Growths are transparent to the godlike, but opaque from the outside, hiding their features. Death godlike are commonly killed at birth because many cultures consider them to be harbingers of doom. Sorry for that noise. I'm not sure. Maybe. Oh yeah, cable connections. Hopefully that fixed it. Okay, so Death's Usher. Death godlike. Attack an enemy with 25% or with endurance. Their damage is increased. Iron godlike. Resemble hot metal burning stone with harmless flames that erupt from the cracks in their skin. Fire godlike. Project with reverence and fear the red fire or hell godlike. Many locals believe that the word awaken volcanoes will cause a volcano to be like often seen as a sign of the blessing of Makara. That is, when reduced below 50% endurance, fire godlike nail of forge and rapid production, doing small amounts of fire damage to any creature that hits them melee. So it's damage reduction, less than half endurance. Moon godlike. That looks like a jellyfish. I'm not digging that. The most tolerated of the godlike, while their skin tone and large moon-like growth in their foreheads may be strange to some, their appearances are generally considered more palatable by the other kith. Sailors have many beliefs about being godlike, blah 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 blah. So every encounter would reduce below 75, 50, and 25% endurance. Moon godlike generate waves of healing moonlight that restore endurance to them and their allies. And lastly, nature godlike, that's just a satyr. Appear to be a fusion of human and animal features, often covered by plants, moss, or fungi. This has led to the common stigma that they're diseased, and many are killed at birth because of it. Many druidic orders have a keen interest in nature godlike because of their general curiosity as to how souls occupy animals, plants, and stone, so grants a bonus to might, constitution, and dexterity when endurance is below 50%. Alright, let's go full edgelord with a death godlike. So, when I get an enemy to low endurance, I'll hurt them more. Oh, okay, body type. Ah, so, oh my god. That is terrifying. Just be fucking huge. Yeah, let's just go human body type, sure. class. Okay. Oh my god, this is... There are a few. Right. Okay, barbarian is a barbarian. Barbarians hit with melee attacks, they automatically make reduced damage attacks at all other enemies within a short distance. Okay, so they've got cleave, naturally. That's increased athletics and survival. Okay. Paladins. Religious zealots. Yeah, we all know how paladins work. Leadership positions in armies and mercenary companies. But they're fanatics. Inherent bonus to all defenses. Over the course of the game, the value of this bonus may shift based on the reputations the paladin gains relative to the behaviors that are preferred by his or her order. That's interesting. So if you run as a paladin, and you do very religious fanatic type things, you'll get bonus defenses. Chanter. The most ancient, or many historians consider chanters to be the most ancient workers of magic. I generally like playing mages in most RPGs because they tend to be quite versatile. They have a lot of options for dealing with a variety of certain situations. So I'm probably going to run with some sort of magician type class, but looks like there might be a few to choose from. So, hallowed phrases stirring the collective memory of wayward souls around them, compelling them to generate magical effects in a kind of reenactment. Okay, so they're bards, basically. They use words to make magic. So all chanters can continuously speak chants made up of magical phrases. Phrases produce passive effects and help build a chanter's power until they can use an invocation. And invocations are magical effects that chanters can create after they've spoken a required number of phrases through their chants. Okay, so they have to chant for a while and build up power, and that'll bring passive buffs for the duration that they're chanting, and then at the end of it they get a big spell. Priests. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. While all priests dedicate themselves to specific gods, their power is actually derived from their personal beliefs. In contrast to most paladins, priests tend to focus on philosophy, teaching the relationship of religious organizations with common folk. And the reception depends on how people feel about their god. Generates a modest amount of endurance for allies around the priest. Any enemy vessels caught in the area take burn damage and may be frightened. Over the course of the game, the power of this ability may shift based on the reputation the priest gains relative to the blah 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 blah. They have access to a variety of support. Some offense-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, they automatically gain access to an additional set of spells. Initially, their spells may be cast a limited number of times per rest. This is very, very tabletop. This is very D&D from the sound of it, which is amazing. That sounds great to me, except for the whole real-time thing, as opposed to initiative orders. Cipher. Mind hunters. They have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul in the psyche. That sounds interesting. Using ally or enemy's essence as a focus for their magic. Gaining acceptance over time, but generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. So we can directly target allies and enemies with powerful soul-focused effects. So we're warlocks, or not warlocks, but necromancers of some description. Not so much raising the dead, but using souls. Okay, so they use Soul Whip to build focus and then use focus to use their powers. Fair enough. Rangers are rangers. Hey, they get an animal companion. Don't do much. Animal companions don't do much damage, but they have high damage reduction. So just a natural tank. Ooh, if one goes down in battle, the other suffers as well. That's interesting to know. Druids. Reverence for nature. Okay, animalistic forms. We can shapeshift or spirit shift. Variety of offensive and some support-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, access to additional set of spells. Yeah. Oh, cool. As druids gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use as opposed to per rest. Rogues are rogues. We all know rogues. They sneak, they stab. Yep. Fighters are fighters, another basic thing. Good tanks. Continually regenerate endurance. Wizards. Really organized group. Very studious. Arcane Assault, mid-range attack that hits a small area for raw damage. Target's dazed. Variety of offensive and personal defense spells. Unlike priests and druids, wizards learn individual spells that they store in and cast directly from grimoires. Okay. Grimoires can only hold 4 spells out each spell level, which motivates wizards to keep multiple grimoires for different needs. 2 levels, they gain access to additional set. However, they can automatically learn 1 spell of any level they can access each time they advance. Okay. Wizards also have the option of learning spells from grimoires they find or buy. I'm here waiting for this to wait and switch. Australia, August 8th already. Anyone know how many hours I got to wait now? I couldn't tell you. They generally... It depends on whether it's released, like, time zone it's based. Okay, this cable is annoying me. It's slightly loose, it doesn't quite connect properly, I need to get a new one. It's making a lot of background noise. And no, I couldn't tell you how many more hours it is. It depends whether it's set on like the US time zone or if it's a local midnight release or something. So Wizard seems very... There's a bit of micromanagement. Keeping grimoires organized and storing spells for later and so on and so forth. But they seem to get a lot more spells. Or the ability to learn a lot more spells than the other ones. Monks... Yep, Monk's good at punch. Oh, cool. As monks are damaged, their pain generates wounds. Wounds can be used to power many of the monk's special abilities. Fair enough. Interesting. There's a lot of options here. I always lean towards casters, but... I'm thinking might go with Druid. High endurance, low health, high accuracy, high deflection. Yeah, sure. We'll go Druid. And get to choose what our spirit shifts are. So we've got Wolf. Moves quickly and has an attack that can knock enemies prone once per encounter instant for 15 seconds. Stag, higher defense, attack groups of enemies with its melee carnage. Cat, naturally fast attack, can burst into even faster attacks for short periods. Boar, regenerates lost endurance and inflicts damage over time with its melee. And Bear, high damage reduction and can invoke terrifying roar. With Wolf, yes. Selected, yep. Alright, now attributes. So might is our physical and spiritual strength, brute force, and ability to channel powerful magic. Interesting. So it's not just a physical thing. So for interactions, it's good for intimidation. In combat, it's damage and healing, as well as fortitude and defense. So highly recommended for Druid. Constitution is max health and stamina. Sometimes used for, constitution checks, withstand pain. Dexterity, sleight of hand, fast reactions, action speed with all attacks, spells and abilities. Perception, pick up on details, catch people lies, so there's intuition is built into that. Contributes to accuracy, reflex, and grants a bonus to interrupt. Intellect is logic and reasoning. Deduction, realizations, problem solving, it's will, defense. Influences durations and area effect for all abilities and talents, so it's also highly recommended, as is resolve. Internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others, so mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances. In combat, it helps to maintain concentration. Okay, so might and intellect are highly recommended for Druid. Resolve is somewhat recommended. Can we reduce them? Ah, we can. We can reduce them below their base. What do we want to use as our dump stat? Yeah, we'll build in Constitution to 8. We would have used Dexterity as a dump stat, but that does affect action speed with spells. Let's pull it down to 10 though. Give 15 points. Let's go 16 might to affect her damage and healing. 14 intellect for duration and AoE. I'd like a little perception as well, so I can notice stuff. I think that's good enough. Culture, oh god. More reading. So, Adir. Currently the largest and most powerful force in this part of the world, centered around the equator and is a tropical climate. Though the Empire has colonies in numerous areas of the world, Greater Adir is at its heart and houses a majority of its human and elven nations. So +1 resolve. Resolve was... Okay. Deadfire Archipelago. Mixture of races. Last stop for anyone heading east. Multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean beyond, making travel virtually impossible. Hexametal plains. Expansive fertile savannas, extensively farmed by human and Orlan residents. One of the oldest cultures in the world. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, well, okay, so I may be calling an abrupt end to the stream momentarily because something came up. I'll wait and see whether it's going to call my attention away. But for now, let's finish going through the cultures. One of the oldest cultures in the world, the one of the least imperialistic, spread out little over the past several thousand years. Many humans and dwarfs. Reptile. Gulf is a land of riches and resources for those that can take them, though the entire coast is often pummeled by violent storms. Okay. Then the White of the Wings. Large, cracked, southern expanse of polar ice. We could go for living lands, get the extra might. Okay, more culture stuff.
Hey there.
Now I am the leader of the group. Stand together! Nice and slow.
Huh?
I'll lead the way. Attack!
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Oh, okay, so none is a voice. Like, one of the options for this. We can just have him be a fucking mute.
Kill them all!
Yeah, let's go full edgelord. Name. There we go. That's a decent name. Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
Nods towards a little black mass in the
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards, unless you don't drink water, course, which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Okay.
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business, and not if the weather holds up. This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
So, he scanned the travelers, resting his eyes at length. The sturdy, armor-clad woman spent the journey's night sleeping in honey rent the blanket.
Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some springberries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
Okay. I am going to have to stop there. That was the longest character creation in the history of ever. About an hour. Yeah, that's us set up and ready to start proper. When we come back to this. Yeah, for now, I'll do it. That's the character creation portion of Pillars of Eternity. And next time, we'll go in and probably die immediately.